Hey everyone, it's Sarah, and today I am back with part one of a bunch of fragrances that I'm really excited to wear now that it is fall. It's really starting to cool off outside. Like, it actually feels like fall. It's like as soon as it turned September, the temperature started dropping. It's not really getting above like the low 80s these days. It's just been fantastic. It's like chilly in the morning when you go out. You like have to wear a jacket because it's chilly. It's just my favorite time of year. And these are all fragrances that I have been eyeing in my collection that I've been dying to pull out and start wearing, but it's just been too warm for them. And this is part one of probably part two, maybe even part three, maybe even like a 3-part video on this, because fall fragrances are my jam. I'm more of a cold weather fragrance type of gal. I like my rich, sultry, warm, spicy, boozy, resinous fragrances, and I've got a lot of them in my collection. So anyways, and I've been eyeballing a lot of them. So yeah, I'm gonna jump right in. The first one that I've been eyeballing for a while, and I almost wore this in the heat, but then I was like, oh, it's probably a bad idea. This is just not a fragrance that's meant for heat at all. This is Forbidden from Police, and gosh, this is so good. This gets compared to Hypnotic Poison sometimes, but to me, this is just all yummy, gooey, almondy marzipan. That's exactly what it smells like. It smells like gooey, yummy marzipan in some kind of a buttery crust. It's so beautiful. And this one just does so beautifully on my skin. This is one of those perfumes that it just radiates like yumminess when it warms on my skin. It just does really well with my chemistry. I just love it. If you're into, this is like one of my ultimate almond fragrances. It's just such a gorgeous almond. The bottle is the worst. Like, if I had to pick the worst bottle in my collection, I would definitely hands down say this is the worst bottle in my collection, easily. I mean, this is the ugliest. This is like white handcuffs. Yeah. And then it's got this like snake print on the back. So it's like white handcuffs and you can see the snake print through. And then there's even this like gold dangly key on it. I mean, it's definitely, I would say it's the worst bottle I own. But I don't even care because the fragrance inside is so good. Now, some people really don't like this. Some people think that this smells incredibly synthetic. It does smell a little bit synthetic, but it just smells like almond. It smells like yummy, gooey marzipan. I mean, honestly. And if you're somebody that likes fragrances like Hypnotic Poison, you would like this. Hypnotic Poison smells synthetic too, so I don't see a huge difference there as far as like one smelling more synthetic than the other, but it's just so good. It's so good. I've been dying to wear this, and I'm so happy that it's finally cooling off enough for me to wear it. So anyways, that is Police Forbidden. Not the easiest fragrance in the world to find. I will also tell you, performance on this thing is amazing. I used to wear this to work all the time. Like last winter, I wore this to work a lot because number one, it's a people pleaser, and number two, it would get me through an entire 10-hour workday, no problem. Yeah, it's just an amazing fragrance. If you can find it, I would highly, highly recommend it. It's good, it's inexpensive, it smells amazing, and it performs really well for what it is. So anyways, that is Police Forbidden. And I will tell you, just in general, I've been really impressed with Police fragrances. I just think that they're really, really good for the price. I just have really enjoyed them. I would like to find, you know what, I probably need to get on eBay because I could probably find a lot more of them on eBay. They're not super accessible. Fragrance X and Fragrance Net only carry like a like a small amount. So this next one is one that I've been eyeing since like spring. I love this fragrance. This is probably like the most buttery fragrance I have in my collection. And there's just something about this that I adore. This is Guerlain Mon Exclusive. And it smells like Mon Guerlain, but this has got like this salted butter note in it. Either that or like a salt and a butter note in it. It's basically like a salty butter note. And it is so beautiful. So it's like Mon Guerlain, but it's like a slightly more gourmand version of that, with this beautiful, salty, smooth butter note. It's gorgeous. I love this. This is another one that just performs like a beast. I mean, this will get me through an entire, or this would get me through an entire workday, no problem. Yeah, I just love it. And I've had it for a good while and I haven't even used that much. Well, I mean, I've used a good little bit of it, but I still have a lot left. I've had this for some years, and because you really don't need to spray on that much. In fact, if you overspray this one, you might make yourself sick because it's quite rich. I just love it. I would probably say this is my favorite Mon Guerlain, or my favorite form of Mon Guerlain. This is kind of what I imagine Intense smelling like. It's just beautiful. So that is Mon Guerlain Exclusive. I better keep rolling here. I'm gonna have you here forever, all day. Okay, this next one, I'm excited to wear this one and pull it out because I picked this up right before it started to get hot outside and I have not been able to give this a very good wear test. This is called Dsquared Potion, and for women. And this one, kind of reminds me of like a perfumey amber fragrance. Yeah, that's the best way I can describe it, is like a perfumey amber. It's like a lighter, more floral version of like, I don't know, kind of like an amber. And the color of the liquid kind of, I don't know. The color of the liquid kind of tells the story for me. It's like, because it's not like a super thick syrupy amber, but neither is the fragrance. It's like a lighter flowery or more floral, kind of light amber type fragrance, perfumey amber. So yeah, I'm excited to give this one a good wear test when it's cooler out. I did test it on my skin a little bit, but like I said, it was starting to get hot and I just couldn't really tell anything from that little wear test I did. So, okay, this next one is another one that I just picked up not long ago, like maybe a month or two ago, and I have not been able to give it a good wear test, but I'm so excited to. This is Tocade from Rocha, and yeah, I've got so many more fragrance. This is probably going to end up being like a 3-part video. Somebody just commented on one of my videos and said that Tocade smelled exactly like something else for them, and I can't remember what they said now, but yeah, Tocade is like a perfumey vanilla for me. It's beautiful. It's got a super vintage vibe, but not like it's like a perfumey vanilla. I get almost like cashmere vibes from it. But there's some flowers in here, some citrus in the top, I think. It's just this really beautiful kind of perfumey, flowery, kind of vintage style vanilla. And golly, I wish I could remember what the perfume was that somebody else said this smelled exactly like it to them. It was something expensive too. So I don't know, I'll have to think about it. Maybe I can remember. Okay, this next one, in fact, I'm excited to layer a couple of these. So these are two that I'm gonna layer, but this next one I'm really excited to pull out and start wearing is Eau Duel from Diptyque. This is the EDT formulation, and I love this. This is just like a, yeah, this is like a spiced woody vanilla. It's a dry vanilla, and I just love fragrances like this. And sometimes when I'm wanting to add some sweetness to this, sometimes I'll just add my Outremer Vanille, but I'm gonna try adding my Michael Kors Midnight Shimmer. I just think that these are gonna be a great combination. But yeah, Eau Duel is just gorgeous. It's not like an overly complicated perfume. It's just very kind of spiced, woody, and dry smelling. It's just a really nice vanilla. It's a cozy vanilla. I really enjoy this fragrance. So, which you guys are gonna see a lot of vanillas on this list. Well, not a lot, but a good bit, because I'm just like obsessed with vanilla. I always have been, but I don't know. I'm going into a vanilla phase the way that I just went into a rose phase, where it's like all I want. I just am ordering all of these vanilla fragrances. So yeah, you guys will be seeing a lot of vanillas probably in the future. But yeah, the next one that I'm really excited to pull out and wear, because I got this like in the middle of the summer, and I tested it in the middle of the summer, and I liked it, but it didn't perform very well for me. Now, Eau Duel doesn't perform the best either. This you'll get, I don't know, maybe 4 or so hours out of it. It's not the best performing fragrance. And this one wasn't for me either, but I need to give this a good wear test in the colder weather to see how it actually performs. This is one of those vanillas that can really be worn any time of year. But I just have a feeling it's going to perform a lot better in colder weather. Oh gosh. This is kind of a fruity, it's a sweet, slightly fruity vanilla. It's really, really beautiful. I had mixed feelings about this when I first got it, but now that it's starting to cool off and it's like appropriate, I think I'm going to love this. So anyways, that is Michael Kors Midnight Shimmer. Okay, this next one is one that I just picked up from Noir not long ago, and I have not been able to give this a good wear test because this is definitely meant for cooler days. This is Dark Chocolate Rum and Vanilla, and this is a dupe of a Guerlain fragrance. Oh my gosh, I don't know why I can't. I'll just like go brain dead. When I need to remember something, I'll go brain dead. And that's what's happening right now. Dark Chocolate Rum and Vanilla. Holy cow, I can't remember, but it's a dupe of a Guerlain fragrance. And this is beautiful. This has got a really gorgeous boozy rum note in it and a really, really beautiful, very realistic smelling, like dark powdered chocolate note. And I'm not the biggest fan of like chocolate fragrances per se, but this is boozy. And because it's got that booziness to it, oh, it's just fantastic. I love it. So I cannot wait to give this a really good wear test. I'm pretty sure I'm going to be in love with this. If I need something more, I might end up adding like maybe some more vanilla to it, or maybe something like the kind of dry, spiced, woody vanilla. I might end up pairing something like that with this. I think that this will be a beautiful fragrance on its own, but I think it will also make a beautiful layering fragrance. So anyways, that is Noir Dark Chocolate Rum and Vanilla. Okay, this next one is just one of my favorite fragrances ever. I have been in love with this since it came out, and I just absolutely adore this fragrance. This is YSL Libra Intense. And I love the original Libra, don't get me wrong, but there is something about this Intense version that is so sweet and warm and comforting and cozy. This is gonna sound crazy, but this has always kind of given me polo sport for men vibes. If polo sport were for men were a woman's fragrance that was sweet. I know that sounds crazy, but there's something that it triggers that scent memory in my head. And my first serious boyfriend wore polo sport for like the entire time we were in a relationship. And so it kind of triggers that scent memory for me. But thankfully, this doesn't smell enough like it that it is bothersome, but it just, there's something about this that just smells incredible. I just love it. It's sweet, it's syrupy, it's everything. I adore this fragrance. This would probably be in like one of my top 15 for life fragrances. I just love it. So that is YSL Libra Intense. This lasts forever too. This is a beast on me. This is one that I could wear to work and it would get me through an entire 10-hour workday like no problem. I absolutely love this fragrance. So YSL Libra Intense. Okay, this next one is one that I have not worn for a while, and I pulled this out, I think I pulled this out for my Boss Lady video, and ever since I've been dying to wear it, but it's just too warm for it. This is Lalique Lo Perfume, and oh my gosh, I love this fragrance. This is another vanilla, but this is a beautiful, cozy, grown-up vanilla. And this has got, I believe, a bay leaf note in it. And it is so beautiful. So it's, again, it's like the Duel in that it's a more, it's more of like a dry, very, very slightly herbal, but still cozy vanilla. But it's not a sweet vanilla. This is not a sweet vanilla at all. It's more of a very grown smelling vanilla. I just adore this. This is another one that people either really love it or really hate it because that bay leaf note in there is, I mean, I don't find it off-putting at all, but I think some people do find it unusual. But I love this. This is another one that lasts really well on me. This is one that, I don't think that it would quite get me through maybe 10 or 12 hours, but I can definitely get a good 8 hours, like a good solid 8 hours out of this. So yeah, it does perform really, really well. So anyways, that is Lalique Le Parfum. Okay, next is one of my favorite fragrances of all time. I adore this fragrance. This is YSL Manifesto, and gosh, I haven't worn this. I don't think that I wore this even once last year. I got so busy with so many other fragrances that I neglected my Manifesto. And oh my gosh, I love this so much. This is like warm vanilla tonka. Oh my gosh, I just forget how much I adore this until I smell it again. It's warm vanilla tonka. It's got like this really beautiful kind of perfumey quality to it though. It's got some flowers in the middle. Like I'm thinking jasmine. It's just a beautiful warm, I get mostly tonka bean and vanilla out of this. It's got like a very, very slight powdery quality. I don't want to call it powdery. It's more of like a cozy. Yeah, it's more of like a coziness rather than powderiness. But it's beautiful. If you like vanilla tonka bean, then I think you would really like it. I really, really love it. It's beautiful. So that is YSL Manifesto. Okay, this next one is one that I literally just ordered from Lucky Scent maybe a month or a month and a half ago. I have not had this for that long. And I have not been able to wear it yet because it's just been too hot for it. Because this is definitely a cold weather fragrance. This is Rose Arabia Almond from Whittian. And I think it's Whittian. Oh my gosh, this is so gorgeous. This is like powdered almond bright, creamy, gourmand rose. It's just beautiful. This is one of those fragrances that you can smell it in your head based on the name. This one is quite sweet. It's just this beautiful sweet rose, like candied rose and powdery almond fragrance. Gosh, I love it. It's so good. When I got that sample, somebody sent a sample over, and after I tested it, I was like, oh my gosh, I have to have a bottle. So I bought a bottle pretty immediately after I tested it. It was kind of love at first sniff, love at first test. I just adore it. So that is Rose Arabia Almond from Whittian. Okay, this next one is one that I'm gonna need to pick up another bottle. I hope this hasn't been discontinued. I don't think it has, but I'm gonna need to pick up another bottle at some point. I've got maybe 1/4 of an ounce left. This is DKNY Golden Delicious, and I adore this fragrance. This is one of my favorite fall fragrances of all time. Oh my gosh, I forget how much I love this. And then I'll spray it again. I love this. This is like Be Delicious, but it's warmer. It's a little bit darker. It's richer. And it's got the addition of something. I'm not sure what that something is. When I put the notes up on the screen, I'll tell you what it is that is the something that makes it smell warmer than the original. It's just, I love it. I love this way more than the original Be Delicious. This is my favorite Be Delicious that I've smelled ever. And I have the regular Be Delicious, I have Be Delicious or Be Tempted, I have Golden Delicious, and I think that's it. And this is by far my favorite. It is such a stunning, warm fall fragrance. It is the best Be Delicious by far. Yeah, I need to get a full bottle, like another big full bottle of this, because this is a fragrance. Yeah, I've got about 1/4 of an ounce left, and this is a fragrance that I cannot be without. I forget how much I love it until I pull it out every fall and smell it, and then I'm like, oh my gosh. And then I'll only wear it like once or twice because I don't want to run through it. So it's crazy. Okay. Oh, and this is a beast. This lasts forever. Now this, I've had this for probably 6 or so years. So yeah, at least probably 6 or 7 years, maybe 7 years now. So I don't know if this has been reformulated or not. I'm going to have to order a full bottle and see if it has. I'm praying it hasn't, because it's perfection the way it is. Okay, the next one. I have been eyeballing this fragrance for a while, wanting to pull it out and wear it because I want to smell like a carameled apple with oud. This is Casablanca from Swiss Arabian, and oh my gosh, I love this fragrance. That's exactly what it reminds me of, is carameled apples or caramel apples and oud. It's like a beautiful woody caramel apple fragrance. I adore it. It's an absolute beast. This lasts for hours and hours on me. It used to be like really affordable, and people are like jacking the price up on it now because it got so popular at one point. But it's really, really beautiful. So anyways, that is Casablanca from Swiss Arabian. Okay, this next one I ordered like right at the end of last winter, early spring, so I've not been able to give this a good wear test yet. Yeah, this is Mugler Alien, A Taste of Fragrance. And like I said, I ordered this at the end of the winter last year, or early spring. And yeah, I have not had a chance to wear this yet, so I'm super excited to pull this out and wear it. This is Alien. I forget what this has in it that makes it different, but it smells like Alien. I've never met an Alien flanker that doesn't smell exactly like Alien, but has just a slight twist of something else. And that's what this is. This is Alien, but I can smell like a slight twist of something else. This is still almost got that root beer kind of vibe that Essence Absolute has. In fact, this is very, very similar to Essence Absolute, in my opinion. But yeah, I am really, really excited to pull this out and give it a good full wear test. I'm sure this will be a beast like every other Alien I own. I've never met an Alien that wasn't an absolute monster of a fragrance. So that is Mugler Alien, A Taste of Fragrance. Okay, this next one I am super excited to pull out and wear because this is another one that I've been eyeing for a while. But for me, this is a cooler weather fragrance. This is Juicy Couture Viva La Juicy Noir. I have not worn this fragrance in a long time, and I absolutely adore this fragrance. My friend Jennifer from Perfume Collection and Reviews here on YouTube, she's the one that turned me on to this. And I'm so glad she did, because this is a stunning fragrance. I just absolutely love it. It's like Viva La Juicy, but it's darker smelling. I'm not sure what it's got in it that makes it a little bit darker, but it's juicy fruits. It almost reminds me of like Halloween candy or something. In fact, I'm about to do a Halloween perfume video, and you will see this because it reminds me of sweet, yummy Halloween candy. It smells like candy, like dark candy. I just love this so much. So that is Viva La Juicy Noir. I'm so excited to be able to pull that out and wear it. And then sticking with Juicy Couture, I have another Juicy that I'm really excited to wear because I picked this up again, I think near the end of the winter last year. And I have been through a bottle of this before, so this will be my second bottle of this. And I'm really, really excited to wear this again because it's been a long time since I've worn it. This is Juicy Couture Gold Couture, and this is basically Viva La Juicy, but with like kind of like a burnt sugar or caramel, kind of like a burnt caramel vibe. Yes, it's got a gorgeous caramel note. I love this. It's ultra sweet though, because it is a Viva La Juicy, which they're typically pretty sweet. But the addition of that caramel it puts it over the top as far as sweetness goes. But I absolutely love this fragrance. Like I said, I have been through a whole bottle of this already. It's been some years ago, but yeah, I'm excited to have this back in my life and to be able to wear it again this fall. So Viva La Juicy Gold Couture. And then last but not least for part one is a vanilla fragrance that I pulled out for a video. I think this was in my Boss Lady video because I feel like a boss lady every time I wear this fragrance. This is Sylvain Delacour Virgil, and oh my gosh, do I love this fragrance. This is like an herbaceous vanilla fragrance. It's got this beautiful sage note in it. It's funny, the lid is heavier than the whole bottle, I think. Like, seriously, the lid is so substantial. But yeah, this is just a beautiful, like, herbaceous vanilla. It's a very unique vanilla in my collection, and I love it. It's a sweet vanilla. It is a sweet vanilla, but I don't know, the herb notes in it. I think it might even have rosemary in it. Rosemary and sage, I think. It's just gorgeous, just beautiful. And this is an absolute beast of a fragrance. I can spray this on in the morning and I will still smell like it 12 hours later. It lasts absolutely forever on clothing too. It's just a stunning fragrance, and it's a very grown woman smelling fragrance. Like, there's nothing juvenile about this. It's a beautiful vanilla that You're not going to smell like a cupcake. You're not going to smell like something to eat, but it's still a sweet vanilla. It's just beautiful. It's one of the most unique vanillas I have in my collection, hands down, and I just adore it. I need to pull out my Sylvain Delacour fragrances again and revisit, because there are more. I know that there are more full bottles that I want. I like forget about them. Oh, I love it. So anyways, that is Sylvain Delacour's Virgil. And that's going to be it, guys. That is the first round of fragrances that I am super excited to pull out and start wearing this fall. I do hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.